So there's this person I call the first Mrs. Abbey. Uh, we never were really married, but she took on the last name I use for creative endeavors as the last name she uses for her creative endeavors, and uses it still. We did a thing together. You will pardon me, I'm going to just be doing stuff here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there we go. Which sells a fair amount of copies still. I mean, a surprising amount for me. And here's the thing. I was awful to her pretty much during our entire time together. We were together nearly 6 years, and I was not a good person back then. I don't know that I am now, but fine. So I had my sheet of paper. I wanted to, my sheet of virtual paper. I was realizing that any talk of controlling the narrative was going to not just be a one-parter. And then the narrative comes and bites me in the ass. Two of the people I met through Morgana were my ex-music partner, who now goes by Corinne Lewis, and her then-wife, Marty Lewis. I go downstairs for dinner last night before I embarked on this, and Marty's here, which is cool because Marty's fun and we like her. And Lori tells me, Lori is my ex-wife, Lori tells me Morgana has sinus thrombosis. Now, for those of you who don't know, it's a clot in the vein that I should have this up on screen and looking it up. It's a clot in the vein that drains the blood from the brain. It mimics a stroke. It's very, very dangerous. She said she needs to get to General Hospital. And yes, we really do have a General Hospital. And I said, alright. And I went to get my shoes on. She said, no, Ty, that's her fiance, has already gone to pick her up. You seeing her might cause her more stress. And my entire idea of narrative and much of my idea about my life went out the fucking window. She and I have never really talked about our time together, and I'd be very, very interested in her perspective on it. Although I think one of the reasons why I haven't done so is because, well, I have a fear of being named the asshole. We've kept in touch in general. We're Facebook friends, and we've private messaged each other here and there, and we have to do business because of the Wonderland Tarot. And I realize very much that whatever narrative I have is completely controlled by how I think everything went. I know sometimes in these very personal things I have these very long pauses. Some of them are to just make sure I get the next sentence right and say the thing, and some of them are to keep from crying, and that was one of the latter. I am an alcoholic. That is not of any question. I didn't quit until several years after we were split up. And my narrative on her is she was very encouraging of people. Although sometimes very, very acerbic, which I can relate to. There's a lot we had in common, even personality-wise. I mean, I don't have the Earth Mother tendencies. I have more of the practical tendencies. But I don't know how she sees herself. Last year when the trans thing was about to happen, I did contact a small amount of people prior to let them know. And she was one of them. And to give you an idea of what she was like, sorry, I shouldn't use a past tense there. To me she is a past tense in a lot of respects. The person I know is only digital. I've only seen her once in the past 10 years. Oh, yeah, her servicism, my simple line, I'm coming out as a trans woman, her answer was, I am a trans woman, and her answer was, yeah, I know. What do I give a fuck? I need a job right now. Which is, yeah. There's a certainly I had to be there because there was no dismissal meant in it. So, I'm going to visit her in the hospital this week. And one of the things I hadn't considered when thinking about the entire idea of controlling the narrative is what if there is no other narrative? And everything I think about our time together was, or is, entirely from my viewpoint. Maybe she does not think it was horrible. And I can tell you how it ended, and you would go, oh dear. Or some of the very specific ways I acted when I was drunk. And you can develop a narrative all on your own from that. yet I control the entire narrative of our relationship just as far as it goes, because I don't know any better. There was one thing I thought I had to do to burn the baggage of my life. A mission I've been embarked upon with the help of my dear friend for the last year, and it never occurred to me that this was a bit of baggage that needed tending to. But I don't think in the long run it was my baggage. She was perfectly fine. She's a perfectly nice person. Maybe she's not that either. I don't know. I don't know what growing she's done in the past. Oh my god, we split up in 1988? And the official split up wasn't until 1989. I know that because I remember the day. The date. But yeah, it never occurred to me that part of controlling the narrative sometimes is not having another narrative to go by. Other than I thought about it as an external thing, but never as an internal thing. So I will be coming back to this with the actual script, but I'm a little flustered that there's a chance that this is the last chance I'll get to see her. And everything that needed to be said, I will say I've never apologized to her. And while I'm not a huge believer in the 12 steps, making amends where it won't hurt the other person, there is something to that, but it's something everybody should be doing, alcoholic, addict or not. I've been just sort of rambling for 13 and a half minutes now, so I want to let this go. I did promise that I'd have a video up this week, and this is absolutely not the one I expected to make. I don't know if any of it made sense. I'm not going to listen to it. But just remember, to all, I'm going to read it here. To all, your words matter. You matter. Your life matters. Please take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye.